Welcome back. It's week 7, day 2. Today's reflection question is brought to you by Ermer. If you got to choose to spend a day with any person at all or a celebrity, who would it be and why? Explain yourself and be thoughtful. See you later. Hey kids, welcome back to week 7, day 2. We've only got about 2.5 weeks left of new learning. And then the last week of school, that first week of June, is just going to be teachers reaching out, checking in with you, supporting you in whatever ways we need to help you close out the school year. All right, let's get to it. We have 11 agenda items. Agenda item number 1. Keep active, keep healthy. Agenda item number 2, mystery box. Agenda item number 3, favorite sayings. Agenda item number 4, show and tell. Agenda item number 5, no past students and grade updates. Agenda item number 6, we have our sports page. Agenda item number 7, we've got our comics. Agenda item number 8, power mountain bike team. Agenda item number 9, subscribe on YouTube. Agenda item 10, we have an end of year farewell school update. And agenda number 11 will be our daily activity. All right, agenda item number 1. I am posing, I've talked a lot about running. I've talked a lot about as you acclimate your body, as your body acclimates to exertion and becomes stronger. So I've already lectured a bunch about that stuff. My keep active, keep healthy agenda item today is challenging each of you to go out and do something really cool. Like, go on an adventure hike or go somewhere different. So whatever that's going to look like for you, I don't want to give you too many suggestions. I want you to get outside, get active, keep healthy, keep active, keep healthy. Get outside and do something different. And when you do that, bring your phone, take a picture, and submit that to our show and tell over the weekend. So again, I've got that show and tell. I've swapped it out. It's a new one now, so you can upload new pictures all throughout the weekend. So sometime in the next few days, so we can see you next week in the show and tell, do something really adventurous. Take a picture and then to upload it to the show and tell. So that's your update with Keep Active, Keep Healthy this week. All right, the mystery box. Shout out, again, this past one, again, you snooze, you lose, you don't get to see it, but good job, Cameron and Tyler. Thank you so much. It was fun. We had great Zoom meeting, good calls, just informal chats. It's always fun to catch up and talk a little bit. And I thought that was pretty cool mystery box item as brought to you by my father. The mystery box item this week for week 7, day 2, for the next few days will be brought to you by my girlfriend Susanna. So this one's pretty fun. I think you'll enjoy it, and I bet you I make you laugh. So call in. Again, the best way to do that is message me in Schoology, and then I'll send you a Zoom link. All right, agenda item number 3, favorite sayings. The first saying brought to you by Elias. If you can't find love, there's always pizza. Pizza might be my favorite food. Hashtag sausage and pineapple. What are you going to do about it? Your next favorite saying comes from Alyssa. Challenges are what make life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Beautiful sayings. I love pizza and I love challenges. Again, change and challenge and hardship is always scary, but it's part of life, and it is what makes us more resilient. It gives us opportunities to become stronger and to become more resilient to future challenges. So when I look back on all those things that have challenged me, even this current pandemic that we're facing, I am learning that I am becoming a stronger person individually. Right now, I'm becoming better at expressing myself to my friends and my family and my loved ones. I'm learning new ways of coping with this challenge and this social isolation. So So think of challenges as ways of defining how you could become a better person. So thank you very much, Alyssa, for that thoughtful response. And thank you, Elias, for reminding me how much I love pizza. Agenda item 4, show and tell. Gratuitous puppy picture. This isn't even from 7th grade. This is a picture from Caden from the 6th grade. I kept it in there from last week. Cute puppies. Send me your puppy pictures. Trampoline. I think this is coming from Lainey. Keeping active, keeping healthy. Good job, Lainey. All right, picture from Grace. Looks like you got a hammock in the background. Having fun with friends. Another one from Grace in the background now in another hammock with her neighbor and friend, Maddie. Having fun, keeping active, keeping healthy. Good job. And you've got a picture. This one's from me. I spent a little bit of time tinkering on my carburetor. You can see there the air filter is off. That's looking inside the carburetor right now. I was having trouble with it starting. It was very inconsistent, so I cleaned it out, tinkered around in there a little bit, and it is up and running, and I am out on the roads. So it's a fun little distraction to have. Thank you so much for continuing to share those pictures. It's fun. I know I enjoy it, and I've heard from others that from students in their Zoom calls that they've really enjoyed the show and tells. So keep on sharing those pictures. Get out there on your adventure hikes, your Keep Active, Keep Healthy challenge, and submit them to the show and tell. And puppy pictures are always preferred. So thanks again to all of you that shared pictures, and keep on doing that. That's been fun. Item number 5, no pass students.
Yes. Let's talk about the no pass students. You've been warned, no pass students. We're reaching out. I'm coming after you. Get with it. Contact Mr. Ermer. Mr. Ermer, sit down. I'm out of here.
That's tense. I guess Boba Fett said what you needed to hear. As elevated and escalated as that has gotten. Yeah, I mean, you've been communicated to. Wouldn't use language quite as strong as him, but make sure you're getting in touch with me. So I am here for you with whatever you need. I certainly don't want you to receive a visit from Boba Fett. So make sure you reach out to me, and I'll help you through. We still have 2 weeks after today's day 2 activity. You have 2 more weeks of content, new content. So if you're behind, don't feel overwhelmed. Just reach out to me, and I will schedule time. We can talk on the phone. We can talk online through a Zoom meeting, and I can work through any assignments, and I'll make sure you pass. If you're reaching out to me and you spend some time with me, I'll make sure you pass. So again, check in with me. Agenda item number 6, sports page, coming from Friday, May 8th. Fishing's fresh look driven by the teens. Minnesota license sales have doubled, giving opener a new wrinkle, by Tony Kennedy. Times have changed for Noah Palmer and his favorite fishing hole. In the past, the young teen from Glenwood, Minnesota would hitch a short ride from his mom or dad to Lake Minnewaska. They'd drop him off, and he'd walk to a grassy stretch of shoreline to cast for bass. His spot always was unoccupied. Noah said he'll follow the same routine this year for opening day, but with a twist. He'll run a little surveillance before making his move. If no one is there, I'll go get my fishing rod, said the 14-year-old freshman at Minnewaska High School. In a microcosm of what's happening statewide, Noah's quiet, trusty fishing spot is catching on. There's a boom in the number of kids who are showing up to fish. Overall, fishing license sales in Minnesota are exploding this spring, and youth sales have doubled. All right, this sports page comes from Monday, May 11th. Hometown kid Herbeck broke the $1 million barrier. 7-figure salaries were unheard of in these parts before 1985 by Lavelle E. Neal III. One of Kent Herbeck's favorite photos is of him and his agent, Ron Simon. Both are sitting behind a table during a news conference with marching with matching grins the day that the Twins' first baseman inked a 5-year, $5.9 million contract that was groundbreaking at the time. In 1980, Nolan Ryan had become the first baseball player to earn $1 million in a season. St. Paul native Dave Winfield cashed in later that year, signing a 10-year contract with the Yankees that eventually paid him $23 million. The movement hit this market February 12, 1985, this market meaning locally around Minnesota, when Herbeck's deal was consummated, making him the first $1 million athlete on a Minnesota team at the age of 24. All right. I dare one of you to message Mr. Bauman about Kent Herbeck, some of the information you learned about his contract, $5.9 million for a 5-year contract. Message Mr. Bauman. I'll be seeing him Saturday morning on for golf. So if I hear from Mr. Bauman that you messaged him, I'll give you special shout outs, and maybe I'll make something special show up in the mail. Boom, boom. Let's see who could do it. All right. Agenda item number 7, comics. We've got Garfield here. I'm scheduling a wake-up call. Tick, 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 tick. November sounds good. Garfield's a lazy cat. Here's one. Zitz. Are you going to volunteer this summer, Jeremy? I can't. Why not? It conflicts with my plans. And what are your plans? Not to make any. F-. At this point, I'm kind of curious to see how crazy it can get. What do you think they're referring to? All right, I love the funnies or comics. My hair is getting pretty long myself, so we'll see how crazy it can get. All right, agenda number 8, Power and Mountain Bike Team. All right, again, the whole district has a shared team. Power stands for Park Woodbury Eastridge. MTB stands for Mountain Bike. And registration is now open. Go to this website. There is an online informational meeting this Thursday at 7 p.m. So if you want more information, check that out. Again, I'm a big mountain biker myself. I've been doing it for over 10 years. I will be biking with the team. I'm not one of the coaches, but I am friends with the head coach, Drew Vogel, who is a Spanish teacher at Park High School. He's a great guy, great coach, super fun team, and it's great. So if you've ever been interested in mountain biking, you have a mountain bike, or have been thinking about getting one soon, check it out. At least attend the online meeting today. Well, if you're watching this on Thursday. Let me know if you need more information about that. Agenda number 9. Subscribe to me on YouTube. You've been following the links. Click open the link so it opens up its own tab so that you actually get to YouTube, and then click and follow and subscribe to me on YouTube. I bet 20 years from now, you're going to be thankful that you had subscribed to it, so you can go back and watch all this content from when you were in middle school, and you remember Mr. Ermer and those and that 2020 pandemic and distance learning. I think it is pretty remarkable. It's unprecedented times, and so it's a little piece of history that you could save and share with the people that you come to call your family as an adult. So subscribe to me. I think that'll be pretty cool and pretty fun way to reach out and have a little capsule of your history during this very chaotic and challenging time. And something that you were doing in distance learning. Okay, agenda item number 10, the end of year farewell. All of the details have not completely been established, but the school and the administration, the office has been reaching out and telling the teachers we will be planning some type of end of year farewell to our middle school students. It sounds like each grade will have its own day. On that day, it sounds like there will be some type of drive-through experience, so families can walk up or drive up to the bus side of the school, and teachers will be on the sidewalks appropriately distanced, and it will be an opportunity for you to say goodbye. hello and goodbye to your teachers one last time. So look for more information to come. I will be sure to make announcements in my daily videos, but the school will be contacting families with more information about that. I also understand that that's going to be the time where you are able to pick up your yearbooks. If you have not purchased a yearbook so far, I believe there will be extras that you can purchase on the spot. On top of that, it will be an opportunity for you to pick up things that you might have left in your locker. The paraprofessionals have gone through the school, gone through the lockers, cleaned them out, put them in bags, put your items in bags, and we will get those bags for you and bring them out to you. So you will not be going into the school, rather we will be bringing your stuff to you. And that's, again, I hope you show up. Please come in. I'd love to say goodbye to you in person. So look for more information to come about that end of year farewell. All right, agenda item 11. Your activity. Today, 7th graders, you have your final vocabulary activity. So open up the assignment, create your Google document, do your work. Pretty straightforward. We've been doing vocabulary work for a couple weeks now. So you have one final new vocabulary assignment today. Beyond that, you need to you need to continue studying for the test. So you have the Quizlet link, you have the Word Builder link, you have the Word Hero links. Go in, spend some time over the next 5 days and study up for your test. Your test, your vocabulary test will be next week, day 1 activity. I do know it's going to be a short answer, so it's not multiple choice. It's going to be asking you questions about the vocabulary words. I believe one of them has something to the effect of for what purpose would somebody have to go and use a podium? And you have to, by you understanding the context of the word podium and what we're asking you about podiums, why would somebody use it? You would have to tell us. And so you don't have to define the word podium, but you should explain to us why somebody might be using a podium. And by your answer, we should have a pretty good understanding on whether you understand the word or not. So that's going to be the format of next week's test. Prepare yourselves by looking through, understanding the words, and understanding how they might be used in context so you can explain yourself. That's that. All right. With that, study your vocabulary, and use the resources we've made available to you through the Quizlet, the Word Hero, Word Builder games. All right, let's do our read aloud. All right, 7th grade, Jerry Spinelli, Loser. Chapter 22, Boondocks Forever. The Yellows won big. Zinkoff finds this out the moment he arrives at school next day. All the Yellows are wearing gold medals around their necks. The medals are really made of plastic, but they look exactly like Olympic gold medals, and they hang from their necks on red, white, and blue ribbons. Gary Hobbin did great things at field day, and for the remaining days of the year, he is king of the school. Some days he laughs a lot and is friendly to people whose names he doesn't know. He is never the first one to speak. He has learned that if he holds his tongue, someone will congratulate him. In fact, so many congratulate him that he finds himself surprised when someone does not. On other days, he is serious and is seen stretching and touching his toes during recess and during slow times in class. On these days, he does not seem to notice other people. His eyes are focused on the beyond. Certainly not the beyonds of bins or the, oh, mailman lady, most likely the golden beyond of Olympic glory. After a day or two, the other Yellows stop wearing their medals to school, but Hobbin wears his every day, right up to and including graduation. Zinkoff sits with the orchestra during graduation. The orchestra has 2 numbers to play, plus pomp and circumstance as the graduates march in. From his perch on the stage, Zinkoff can see everything, but he cannot locate his parents and sister in the crowd. The principal says things to get the program started. Then the superintendent of schools speaks. Then comes the orchestra's first number, Pelagio's Waltz. Twice during the number, Zinkoff's flute yips like a pinch sister. The music teacher winces, but Zinkoff never notices. Then Katie Snelson receives a book for having the best grades. She stands at the podium, seventh grader, podium, vocab word. She stands at the podium and gives a speech. That will be an appropriate answer to a test question next week. Everyone smiles and pays attention to her. Only the orchestra can see that she is grinding the toe of one shoe into the stage floor. Probably because she's nervous. Next come the awards and special recognitions. There are winners galore for the best this, the best that, the most this, the most that, the second best, third best. There are medals and citations and checks and handshakes and gift certificates and trophies, and for Bruce Domino, Principal's Award, a glass apple. It is during the giving of the awards that Zinkoff spots Mr. Yalowitz standing in the back. Mr. Yalowitz does not need to be there. He teaches fourth grade, and what does he care about graduating fifth graders? But there he is, Zinkoff's favorite teacher of all time, along with Miss Meeks, and his end of the alphabet neighbor. And suddenly it hits Zinkoff. He's graduating. No more school. No more walking. No more grade school. No more walking. Being first there in the morning, next year he'll ride the bus to middle school. No more staying in the same cozy classroom all day, all year. For the second time that spring, Zinkoff feels the tears coming. Graduation isn't even over yet, and already he misses John W. Satterfield Elementary. He even misses the Boondocks and Field Day and Mrs. Biswell. He looks around. He loves everything and everybody. He wants to hug the walls. The last award is given, and it's time for the orchestra to play You'll Never Walk Alone. It's just about the hardest thing he's ever done, play the flute and cry at the same time. The music teacher, he notices, seems to be crying too. He wonders how many of the original 2,160 days are left. He has never forgotten the number. Now the principal walks slowly to the podium. He thanks the talented musicians for the wonderful music. He smiles down at the graduates in the front rows. He says, and now the moment we've all been waiting for. The graduates stand and head for the stage as the principal calls out the names. The superintendent of schools hands each graduate a rolled up piece of paper with a blue ribbon around it, the diploma. Most of the graduates grab for the diploma, but the superintendent holds it back and makes them shake his hand before forking it over. Rite of passage, a custom that won't be happening this spring for many seniors and graduating 8th graders. Very sad. The calling of each name triggers a reaction in the audience. People run crouching down the aisles to snap pictures. Family, relatives, friends cheer the graduate. Some cheers are modest, a little hand clapping, a yay, Sarah, a go get 'em, Nikki. Other families are more boisterous, leaping from their seats, arms waving, two-fingered whistles, moose calls. I wonder what that sounds like. Stomping the floor. It's hard not to make comparisons, hard not to notice who gets the loudest cheers, the longest, the most outrageous, the most camera flashes. It's like a last minute before you get out of here final test. Zinkoff tries not to look at it that way. He knows that some families are simply not as loud as others, and that it doesn't mean they love their graduate any less. So it will be with his own family. His father is not a whistler, nor his mother a stomper. Still, he can't help thinking it must be nice to have somebody go bonkers over you. That is, assuming you have somebody there to begin with, which he isn't assuming anymore because he still hasn't located his parents out there. Maybe Clunker 7 broke down, and it's getting to the point where he'll be thankful for just a peep. Because he's thinking these things and searching the field of faces, he fails to hear his own name called. And last but not least, Donald Zinkoff. The principal waits. The superintendent waits. The principal looks around as if Zinkoff might be up in the air somewhere. He says it again, this time with a question mark. Donald Zinkoff? Zinkoff snaps to. He jumps up, lurches for the principal, catches his foot in the chair of the clarinetist. He catches his foot in the chair of the clarinetist beside him and goes sprawling to the floor. The flute goes clattering. The audience explodes with laughter. He doesn't blame them. What a goofus. He joins in the laughter. He scrambles after the flute. He picks himself up, takes a bow, and resumes his journey to the principal, only to be reminded that it's the superintendent he needs to see. I love that. What a class act. Take a bow after you've made such a clumsy and klutzy move. Make the most of it. Don't be embarrassed, or be embarrassed. You're welcome to feel whatever you will feel, but be cool, be cool. By now it is quiet again, and again he is hoping, wondering. The tabletop that had held the stack of diplomas is bare. The last one is in the superintendent's hand. Boondocks forever. Zinkoff reaches for it, but receives instead the superintendent's huge warm paw. He shakes it. He stands at attention. He declares, "Zinkoff reporting, sir." The superintendent gives him a grin, a brief half salute, and at last the diploma. In the audience, someone shrieks, "Go, Donald!" The voice is familiar. He looks. It's Polly. They've been there the whole time, right in the middle. His parents are clapping with their hands above their heads, but Polly's the one. She's sitting on his father's shoulders, and she's flailing her arms and pumping her fists and yelling her face off. "Go, Donald! Go, Donald!" And she's doing it. She's going absolutely bonkers. She's giving him the wildest cheer of all. And in the very back of the auditorium, standing against the wall, Mr. Yalowitz smiles and sends him 2 thumbs up. That kind of gets me a little verklempt and makes me feel really good. I love it. It's okay to feel sad, or not even sad, but feel a little teary at happy moments. That's beautiful. Really like that book. All right, peace, 7th grade.